The arts have a way of allowing students to come outside of themselves and stretch their comfort zones. Something that I love that Sammy and Soda have done is find a way to make arts education possible for students who cannot readily afford it. The model that they've shown is not only successful, it proves that at a public school level, we can do with the arts what a private school can do with the amount of funding and extracurricular activities and opportunities they're able to offer. I'm really excited to see what will come in the years for Sammy and Soda, and I want to explore some of the pros and cons that I've found as my research has gone on to look at the performing arts school model. After spending some time with some current students at SODA and some incoming students, I was able to see that not only does the school have a inclusion philosophy to include all students regardless of skill level in 100% of their classes, but they don't separate them for special needs versus the academically enriched or higher level students. Also, the responsibility level of the students is very high. The students travel all across downtown Tacoma to go to their classes, which is a lot of freedom. And students at a beginning high school level may not have been used to that. So it was really interesting to see that no one abuses that privilege and all of them welcome the opportunity for the responsibility. It really raises the bar and holds the students at a higher level of thinking, which is in keeping with all of their curriculum and their integration and the collaborative spirit that they use for all of their classes and arts programming. Through their Next Steps programming, students are able to participate in internships with companies around Tacoma and beyond. And it also gives them an opportunity to see what their real life work could look like if they were to choose that track. I really love Sammy and Soda, and I am really excited to explore the possibilities of my children going there as well. Some of the pros for a public performing arts school include state funding and the ability for everyone to be involved. Even though there may be an audition process, the students that are passionate will come forth. The community supports the performing arts in a public sense. Also, because they benefit many, that means many children are exposed to dance, theater, music, and visual arts. There is also a collaborative effort that engages students to want to be involved, whereas in a non-performing arts school, you find there's a lack of engagement and student involvement. The cons would be limited funding to do all that they would want to do. And although we talked about an audition process, that would leave some students out that could very well benefit from the program. Also, opposition from non-admitted parents to not support the school. A school like this may not be able to serve everyone, and there would be minimal electives based on funding. So some cons might outweigh a public option versus a private option. Some of the private school pros and cons would include no state interference. They had to admit students of their choice, and their main support would come from donors, which they would have in a large abundance. The benefits would be to a select few, and there would be many extra opportunities for electives and outside collaborations with industry professionals. Some of the cons would be the accountability. Because it's a private school, they are able to hold teachers at their own standard. Maybe only serving the wealthy or those that could afford to come. Community support would be those who are going to the school, and many probably wouldn't even apply because of the costs. So there would be exclusions for those that were lower income. Overall, I believe that the public school option would be the best option to serve a community in Tacoma. I also believe that the engagement that the students receive would mainly be dependent on the types of and the caliber of the teachers that they hire. One of the greatest things that stood out to me speaking to all of the interviewees was that the teachers counted. They totally embraced the students. They made them feel at home. They made them feel as though they were a part of something bigger than themselves and dared them to really look outside of themselves to draw who they really were from the inside to be present. I really enjoyed this entire process. It gave me a good bird's eye view of what would be needed to start thinking about a middle school option for performing arts school in Tacoma, and that it would definitely be well received and benefit our whole state and community.